Hello, good evening, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Uncapped Indians. पांच टाइम विनर CSK, उसी के साथ जिन्होंने फाइनल खेला गुजरात टाइटंस. Both of them come together at Chepauk, the fortress, the den. सब लोग वेट कर रहे हैं ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ वर्सेस शुभमन गिल कैप्टनसी, but the camera was only focusing on one man, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. 0.60 seconds reaction time, dives 2.2 meters at the age of 42, takes an outside edge. How much more can we get of vintage Dhoni? Zoeb, I'd like to start with you. What do you think? Mahendra Singh Dhoni?
Oh,
Is this IPL only about Dhoni?
no, not really. I think this IPL is about the entire playing 11 of CSK. I've seen, I was just taking a close look at last year's team, and I see that there was Ambati Raidu, there was Moeen Ali, and yeah, that's it. And Devon Conway was there, and now he's not there. So we have, in place of Devon Conway, we have somebody like Rachin Ravindran, right? And we've got uh, Daryl Mitchell in place, and we've got Mustafizur Rahman, right? So it's not just about Dhoni. I think it's about everybody else as well. Samir Rizvi, for example, ध्वनिल एंड कृष्णा. यार मतलब मैं सिर्फ एक सीएसके फैन हूँ इसलिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बट मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है यार ये टीम को कोई बीट ही नहीं कर सकता यार. मतलब पहली बात तो क्या ऑक्शन किया है भाई. मतलब हमें ऐसा लग रहा था कि बढ़िया ऑक्शन किया है, ठीक है, लेकिन अब ऐसा लग रहा है कि भाई ये बढ़िया से भी बढ़िया ऑक्शन किया है. मतलब हाउ कैन दे जस्ट सिंपली, मतलब एकदम शांति से सचिन रविंद्रन को ले लिया. किसी टीम ने ज्यादा उसके ऊपर पैसे नहीं लगाए. शांति से डैरिल मिचेल को उठा लिया, शांति से मुस्तफिजुर रहमान को उठा लिया. एंड नाउ व्हेन यू लुक एट दिस प्लेइंग 11, it looks like this team, I think it's an unbeatable team. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody today contributed with a wicket, or maybe, like you mentioned, Dhoni did not bat, but that catch, I'm sure, will be spoken about for a very long time. So I am super excited with what CSK has to offer for the rest of the tournament, Warren.
Great. Krishna, Thala for a reason? Question mark.
Thala for every reason. And मैं छोटा सा एक contradiction करूंगा, that to what Zoeb just mentioned. Zoeb ने कहा कि this is all about CSK. Agreed to an extent. But I think देश में खुशियां ही ये 2 महीने होती हैं कि ताला आएंगे. वो 2 महीने में थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर कैच पकड़ेंगे या फिर 2 छक्के मारेंगे और फिर मतलब पूरा आईपीएल उन्हीं के लिए है बेसिकली कि हाँ उनके दर्शन हो गए. बट यस आई मीन as far as the CSK 11 is concerned, मैं एक्चुअली इनफैक्ट मैं भी खुद देख रहा था 2008 में जो ऑक्शन हुआ था, which was the very first year of the IPL. That year, I think CSK had one of the strongest side. It had Matthew Hayden, it had Michael Hussey, it had Stephen Fleming, it had Murli Dharan, it had MS Dhoni, Suresh Raina, whatnot. But this team, post that, and after that, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, for some reason, has developed into this captain who was able to take out results or generate results out of average teams. और ये उनका एक तरीके से जैसे कह सकते हैं कि इमेज बन गया था. But now, when you actually see this team since 2008 is looking so strong. मतलब this is looking this one of the strongest teams that CSK has ever had. So then hence I completely believe कि it's one of the most invincible teams of this year's IPL. Unfortunately, ये सिर्फ इसी साल रहेगा, and because next year is going to be a mega auction, so a lot of players will have to be released. But yes, a fantastic auction, fantastic auction.
Great. If CSK is the best team around, then we should talk about the batting. Rachin Ravindra, 24 years old, played his heart out in the World Cup for New Zealand. Left-handed batsman, some exquisite strokes. Zoeb, what do you think? What were you doing when you were 24 years old?
I think I was still, finding my way out in my career. What do I need to do? I think, Dhwanil, if I'm not wrong, when we were 24 years old, we were still, we were enjoying the fact
Coming
that
to Rachin Ravindra, Zoeb, coming
we've
to
gotten
Rachin
selected
Ravindra.
for the post-graduation program. But yes, coming to Rachin Ravindra, I think excellent innings. He's got great wrists. When you look at Rachin Ravindra, you look like you're watching somebody who's born and raised in a subcontinent kind of a condition. Amazing shots, down the ground, that flick towards the leg side. He provided that excellent start that CSK, had, and that's what raised the whole foundation, and that is exactly the reason why they got to 200, right? Because once he got out, you would have seen that the innings, the tempo of the innings dipped slightly because Ajinkya Rahane was struggling with a runner ball kind of a strike rate.
Okay. His partner Ruturaj Gaikwad Krishna, the captain of CSK, 46 and 36 balls. What do you think? Anchoring innings?
Anchoring innings, and I think that's going to be his role, honestly, because they've got Shivam Dubey coming in, Daryl Mitchell, Rachin Ravindra. I mean, he seems to be, another. He seems to be like a player from another planet, and I think that's going to be his role. And as a captain, he would be more than happy to take that role. Also, he's usually a slow starter, but we've seen that in the past that when if he plays till about the 15th over, then it's very difficult to actually bowl to him because then he also starts hitting all 360 degrees. So it's very difficult to bowl to him as well because he has got tremendous class. Again, a guy from Maharashtra, again a pure batter, and all Maharashtrians, for some reason, they tend to have this tendency to bat really well. And again, a classic example of that. And of course, you've got Ajinkya Rahane. And Ajinkya Rahane, again, if Ruturaj Gaikwad fails, then you've got a Rahane. And if you actually look at that lineup, they've got a perfect mix. And even Daryl Mitchell can actually play that anchor role, right? If both Ajinkya Rahane and Ruturaj Gaikwad fail. So I think they've got batters who can play the anchor role as well, and the same batters have the skill set to actually go 360 degree and hit round the park. So I think again, as I mentioned, it is a fabulous, fabulous batting lineup. It is a fabulous bowling lineup. They field really well, apart from that one, of course, aberration that Rachin Ravindra had, but he dropped one catch, but he took three after that. So that just goes to show that they are not really fussed about anything in life. They are not really fussed about anything that's happening on the ground. They are just there to go about their business every game, and they know that they are there for long term, to qualify for the playoffs somehow. And then once they qualify for the playoffs, it's just any team that plays on that day better, goes on to win.
Okay, coming back to CSK, and one man जिसको इंडियन टीम में खेलने का है ये वर्ल्ड कप में उसको आने का ही आना है, ये शिवम दुबे। शिवम दुबे आज तक आईपीएल में या कहीं भी हमने उसको ऐसे खेलते हुए बहुत कम देखा है। एंड राइट नाउ ही कम्स इन, 23 बॉल में 51 रन करता है, सुपर सब चला जाता है। जोएब, शिवम दुबे आईपीएल वर्ल्ड कप 2024।
Absolutely. I'm not sure whether number 4 or number 5. Not sure about that because we have other contenders also for the same position. But Dhwanil, यार मैं एक बात बताऊंगा, शिवम दुबे has been around in IPL and in CSK for a while. But you know what? His role, even when he was in CSK, was not very clear a couple of years ago. कभी वो 4 पे आता था, कभी 5 पे आता था, कभी 6 पे आता था, और कभी उसको बहुत मार पड़ती थी एज अ बॉलर। आई थिंक लास्ट ईयर एंड दिस ईयर उसको एक क्लैरिटी मिल गई है, भाई नंबर 4 पे आना है और तोड़ना है, बॉलिंग नहीं डालनी है, इम्पैक्ट सबका रूल आ गया है, तुम्हें सिर्फ खाली मारना है और बैठ जाना है। तो जब वो एक क्लैरिटी आती है ना इंसान के दिमाग में, देन द पर्सन knows what that person has to do, right? And that is exactly what the management has asked him to do.
पता है कौन से कॉलेज से हो? रिजवी कॉलेज से। सेम कॉलेज, नो? यू वेंट टू रिजवी।
Yes, correct.
Oh,
And now that you're talking about Rizvi, let's talk about the actual Rizvi as well.
Yeah. So Sameer Rizvi, okay, 20 years old, played for Uttar. He's born in 2003, जब हम वर्ल्ड कप देख रहे थे तभी लड़का पैदा होता है। 11 साल की उम्र में इतना अच्छा क्रिकेट खेलता है कि रणजी ट्रॉफी में फील्डिंग प्रैक्टिस में सुरेश रैना से इंप्रेस हो जाता है। सुरेश रैना उसे अपने चश्मे देता है, बोलता बेटा बहुत अच्छी फील्डिंग करते हो, और आज सुरेश रैना की जगह आईपीएल पे खेल रहा है। आई थिंक दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ इट। 20 years old Krishna at 8.4 crore, Sameer Rizvi, 5 balls 14 runs. What do you think?
यार 2003 में पैदा हुआ, 2003 में एक टीम ने वर्ल्ड कप जीता, अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो भी हमारे अगेंस्ट, वो भी येलो में थे, और इवेंचुअली इसको भी येलो में ही आना था। बट ठीक है, it's a yellow that we all love, and I think fabulous temperament. And again, having said that, मेरे को सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं लगता कि यार समीर रिजवी is going to be here for a long run in the CSK team just because of his hitting ability. I mean, वो तो है ही कि हाँ उसका एक long handle है, but there is a method to his madness. But more so, I think CSK as a franchise picks up players जिनको उनको लगता है कि टेम्परमेंट बहुत अच्छा है एंड
Hmm.
ड्यूरिंग द इनिंग्स वो बिल्ड अच्छा कर लेते हैं. अगर आप पूरा
Hmm.
एक सेटअप देखो सीएसके का, they are not really in your face. No one is actually,
Hmm.
a player who's actually in your face. Look at Rahane, you look at Ruturaj, वो ज्यादा अपने इमोशंस शो नहीं करते, अग्रेसिव नहीं है, ज्यादा बोलते नहीं है. उनको बस ये कहता है कि हाँ मेरा ये काम है और मेरे को ये करना है एंड दैट्स इट. उनका रोल उतना है एंड एज जोएब राइटली मेंशन्ड जस्ट अबाउट शिवम दुबे को ही ले लो. उसको मालूम है कि उसका रोल क्या है, क्लैरिटी है. ताना ने बोल दिया कि भाई तेरे को ये करना है, नंबर 4 पे उतरना है, तेरे को स्पिनर्स को अटैक करना है and you have to go berserk. 20 balls, 50 runs. I mean, that's the clarity. And again, I'm sure that they are giving Sameer Rizvi also that clarity. समीर रिजवी को एक ओवर पहले बता दिया होगा कि भाई तू जाने वाला है. क्योंकि उस टाइम पे हो सकता था कि हाँ अगर एक और विकेट जल्दी गिर जाती तो शायद रविंद्र जडेजा आ जाते पहले. बट आई थिंक दैट्स द क्लैरिटी दैट दे हैव गिवन ऑलरेडी. सो ये एक आई थिंक एक बहुत अच्छा स्काउट है एंड आई एम श्योर दैट दिस इज अ वेरी गुड टैलेंट दैट वी नो वेरी लिटिल ऑफ टुडे. और ये बाद में हमें पता चलेगा कि उनकी मेंटल जो स्टेबिलिटी है और मेच्योरिटी है वो किस तरीके से सीएसके को हेल्प कर सकती है एंड मे बी इफ यू नो अगर वो फॉर्चुनेट है देन वंस ही प्लेस फॉर इंडिया एंड इफ ही डज in the T20 format as well, we'll actually get to know how mature he is.
Dhonil, I want to ask you one question. Do you think Sameer Rizvi, CSK might promote him up the order before Daryl Mitchell? Because थोड़ा inexperienced है और आगे चल के अगर CSK ज्यादा मैचेस जीतती है तो अगर वो लेट्स से प्लेऑफ के टाइम पे अगर उसको अचानक से एक प्रेशर सिचुएशन में डाल दिया, 4 विकेट चलेगा, अब समीर रिजवी आया तो शायद थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो सकता है बिकॉज डैरिल मिचेल इज ऑल्सो ग्रेट प्लेयर ऑफ स्पिन. डू यू थिंक कि शायद थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे ट्वीक हो सकती
यार
है चीजें?
सीएसके के साथ ना कभी कुछ आपको पता नहीं होता है, कब कैप्टन बदल जाएगा, कब चेतेश्वर पुजारा तुम्हारी टीम में आ जाएगा, कब अजिंक्य रहाणे तुम्हारी टीम में आ जाएगा. सो यू नेवर नो विद सीएसके. वे आई थिंक सीएसके के पास ना एक प्लान होता है कि अगर ये होगा तो हम ये करेंगे, ये होगा तो हम ये करेंगे, और कुछ नहीं होगा तो हम धोनी से पूछ लेंगे. I think all of that is in there. This thing, but talking about Gujarat Titans bowling, I think was pretty average. Umesh Yadav went for 2 overs 27. Omar Zai went for 3 overs 30. Rashid Khan almost went for 50 runs in 4 overs. Sai Kishore, okay, very average, but all bowlers have been above 8.75 in run rate. Do you feel that somewhere the bowlers really let them down? Or was it just great batting? Zoeb.
No, I think it was just great batting. If you see, the pitch was also great, so you can't really blame the bowlers. बहुत ही बढ़िया pitch था. It was a belter of a pitch, right? So बहुत difficult है bowlers को execute करना अपना plans, which I believe
Hmm.
Mohit Sharma did it really well in the last over,
Hmm.
right? And
Hmm.
like I told you yesterday also that Mohit Sharma has played for CSK and he knew these conditions very well, so he knew
Hmm.
how to execute his plans, right? But the other players, you have to not be very harsh towards them, especially somebody like a Spencer, right? Playing, I think this was his first match at Chepauk, if I'm not wrong, right? He's not
Hmm.
played here before. So you got to give them some time. Spencer, I believe, even though he did go for runs, I think he's a very good bowler. I think he has got some great lines, great lengths. He can swing the ball as well. I think with time he can learn and he can become a very very good bowler.
Okay. Zoeb, sorry, Krishna, one more question. ये उमेश यादव के साथ क्या सीन है? आई माइट बी बायस, शायद मैंने ही उसे देखा है कि वो हर ओवर में 12-13 रन देता है, बट व्हाट्स विद उमेश यादव, कृष्णा? लाइक, is he a
Yeah,
good test bowler? I mean, he's a very great bowler, but he just isn't there.
I think he was there. Yeah, he was there. I think he had a very decent Ranji season also, honestly speaking. So he's a very good test bowler and he's always a very, very disciplined bowler. आप उसका discipline, उसके line and lengths, I don't think that there are many actually bowlers in the Indian domestic circuit who are as accurate as Umesh Yadav is. But I think it was just a very good pitch to bat on. It's not the usual Chennai track that you see. Usually, 150, 160 का track देखते हो, you actually get to see all those spinning tracks. But I think both teams also read the pitch pretty well, where they played about four pacers. Usually, Tikshana plays, but just the fact that Chennai wasn't playing Tikshana today and they were playing Patirana and Mustafizur in the same lineup just goes to show that it's not a particular or it's not the usual Chennai pitch. Maybe because it's just the start of the season, and maybe by May or even by April, and we'll actually get those slow turners in Chennai that we get, and probably by the final, we probably might get those. But Abhi, to start off with, I think Chennai is pretty happy with the batting lineup that they have also. And they know that they can definitely hit go for the big shots whenever it's required. So, and they are preparing pitches like that. So if you actually look at this pitch, these are the pitches that they're going to get at Wankhede. These are the pitches that they're actually going to, probably get at some other stadiums. But and hence it also helps them prepare for those games also. So Fortress Chennai to hai, they are winning at home, but they are also, probably preparing themselves to what they might find in other venues. And that's one of the reasons why I still feel that this Chennai team is just looking invincible here right at the start.
Okay. जोएब गुजरात टाइटंस बैटिंग वृद्धिमान साहा एक टाइम पे हमारा धोनी के बाद का सेकंड ऑप्शन ऑलवेज अ पार्ट ऑफ द टेस्ट टीम बट हमने उसको कभी देखा नहीं यार ऐसे शॉट्स मारते हुए हाँ 4 मार रहा है 6 मार रहा है गॉट हिट ऑन द हेलमेट आल्सो गॉट आउट ऑफ द नेक्स्ट बॉल बट व्हाट डू यू थिंक वृद्धिमान साहा एंड शुभमन गिल एज एन ओपनिंग पेयर एनी थॉट्स
I was watching the statistics. I think they have had good partnerships in the past couple of years. Right from the time GT started playing, I think both of them, the opening combination at least hasn't changed, right? And both of them have had quite a few 50 plus partnerships as well. But for some reasons, ध्वनिल यार वो एक innings होती है ना मतलब जिसमें बंदा किल कर जाता
क्लिक
है
कर गया तो कर गया हाँ
innings मैंने अब तक I don't remember in the past couple of years if Ridhiman Saha has played that kind of an innings. So yeah, I would say that GT still lacks that opening batsman alongside Shubman Gill because Saha is good for those 30, 40 odd runs. I've not seen Saha scoring 90 runs off 40 balls. He used to
correct
do that.
correct
He's done that in the past, right? But not in the past couple of years. And maybe that's why a lot of pressure is on Shubman Gill. Now that he's the captain, तो और pressure आ गया अभी उस पे. So I don't know
And
how
just
he
to
would
add
play.
to that, yeah, and just to add to that, मैंने गुजरात की बैटिंग लाइनअप को इतना फिजल आउट होते नहीं देखा in the last 2 seasons. I don't remember the last time when they actually fizzled out this way. Uh, I mean, the batting lineup, of course, Hardik was there as a part of the setup, but I think you've got a very decent replacement in Azmatullah Orzai. But उस तरीके से अगर चलो ठीक है, one player should not make such a big difference that your entire batting lineup actually fizzles out. तो वो एक प्रॉब्लम जरूर लगी एंड आई थिंक समवेयर इसको दूसरी टीम्स देख रही होंगी और वो उसको एक्सप्लॉइट करेंगी ड्यूरिंग द सीजन बिकॉज दे माइट नॉट लुक दैट डेंजरस एज दे प्रॉब्ली वर 2 seasons ago और प्रॉब्ली लास्ट सीजन as far as their batting lineup is concerned. So वो एक प्रॉब्लम तो उनको रहेगा.
मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन यही था विजय शंकर Vijay Shankar Nidahas Trophy, Dinesh Karthik was the other end. Oh, he was trying his level best to hit a six for beat हो रहा था level beat a six फिर वो सिंगल लेके उस तरफ चला गया.
I think एक चौका मारा था उसने. एक चौका.
हाँ एक स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा हाँ यू राइट एक चौका मारा था बट कृष्णा कहीं ना कहीं I mean you feel bad for Vijay Shankar maybe he's been there around he's got so many chances he's played for a few IPL teams वो पहले बॉलिंग भी करता था I don't know why he stopped bowling or has not been given overs but any thoughts on Vijay Shankar anything that you feel
I think one person who would be really happy is Ambati Raidu at this point in time. 3D बोल के 3D बोल के चांस नहीं दिया था. बट यार देखो ये चीजें होती बट ये चीजें होती ऑनेस्टली इट्स अ स्पोर्ट बट डेफिनेटली he's got the medal and I think वो आज इनफैक्ट अपने होम ग्राउंड पे भी खेल रहे थे. So उस चीज का भी एक प्रेशर है. साई किशोर was playing in his home ground. Sai Sudarshan was playing his Sai Sudarshan was playing in his home ground. So ये एक तरीके से आप ये समझ लो कि टीम की तरफ से भी एक होता है कि नहीं यार ये लोग अभी अभी एक सीजन खेल के आए हैं. सो इनको अभी पिच के बारे में काफी पता होगा, कंडीशंस के बारे में पता होगा, सो दे आर एनीवे एक्सपेक्टेड टू एक्चुअली परफॉर्म ऑन दैट गिवन डे व्हेन दे आर एक्चुअली प्लेइंग लिटरली एट होम. But ठीक है मतलब these things happen but I've always rated Vijay Shankar pretty okay but Yeah, I don't really know. No, for the past 2 seasons, in fact, he hasn't shown much. But I remember, in fact, last season, May in the business end, he came good. He came good for GT. Thoda sa,
Yeah.
I think in the playoffs, or maybe at least 2 3 games, and I remember him anchoring one of the chases with David Miller in one of the games that they played in Bombay. So he has shown in the past that he's got the talent. But yeah, you become a great player only when the consistency actually improves.
आज
Coming to
भी उसने
great
एक छक्का
players,
मारा था ध्वनिल। आज भी उसने एक छक्का मारा था। आज वो बढ़िया खेल रहा था, बट एक है इंसान जो स्टंप के पीछे से गेम बदल देता है ना। आज
स्टंप के पीछे से नहीं, अजिंक्य रहाणे पहले मैच में विराट कोहली का कैच पकड़ा, मैच घुमा दिया। इस बार एक आदमी जो रन कर सकता था वो डेविड मिलर था। पता नहीं कहां से रहाणे आउटफील्ड से आया भाग के, और उसने वो कैच अगर कोई और होता ना, मेरे हिसाब से नहीं पकड़ पाता अगर रहाणे नहीं होता वहां तो। डेविड मिलर का बैड लक या गुड कैप्टनसी, जोएब व्हाट डू यू थिंक, और जस्ट रहाणे डूइंग रहाणे थिंग्स?
Well, I have a slight difference of opinion over there because I think we have really, really good fielders apart from Rahane as well. Rachin Ravindra is also a fantastic fielder. He took a blinder in the last match, and please don't forget Ravindra Jadeja, right? He's one of the best going around right now. But yes, that was an exceptional catch. It was very difficult, and you're absolutely right. David Miller was the only person probably in that situation who could have changed the course of the game. But yes, it was just a wrong shot and the right person fielding at the right time.
So, since our title is Uncapped Indians, we always talk about young Indians who haven't yet played for India or have only played few matches. We spoke about Samir Rizvi, but there is this 21-year-old from Tamil Nadu called Sai Sudarshan, highest scorer for Gujarat Titans today. Obviously, 37 runs in 31 balls. Krishna, what do you think? Sai Sudarshan, next man in, not yet there, maybe take time. It was his home ground as well.
I still remember the innings that he played in the final last year. So,
90.
and also the innings that he played in South Africa, he was lucky. He definitely was a little lucky because एक LBW उनके against जो जा सकता था वो नहीं गया. But then after, even post that, I think he really took the opposition apart. So again, उन्होंने भी दिखाया है कि उनके पास भी एक कैलिबर है, टैलेंट है. बट जस्ट आई थिंक ये जो पूरी बैटिंग लाइनअप है आज फॉर सम रीजन मुझे बहुत वीक लगी if put together today. So again, not just talking about Sai Sudarshan, but the entire batting lineup. मुझे लगता है कि अभी काफी लोग आगे इसको एक्सप्लॉइट करेंगे आगे चल के बाकी सारी टीम्स. बट साई सुदर्शन की जहां तक बात करी जाए यार, मतलब उनके पास टैलेंट है, उन्होंने दिखाया है. रणजी में भी काफी अच्छे स्कोर्स किए. सो he's got the temperament. एंड आई एम श्योर ये एक आध मैचेस इधर उधर होते हैं. एंड T20 में यार, सी द कंसिस्टेंसी प्रॉब्ली डिक्लाइंस. क्योंकि आप जिस तरीके से आप टेस्ट मैचेस में कंसिस्टेंसी दिखा सकते हैं बिकॉज यू कैन टेक योर टाइम. अगेन ओडीआई में आप कंसिस्टेंसी दिखा सकते हैं बिकॉज यू कैन टेक योर टाइम. बट T20 में ऐसा नहीं होता. इट्स अ फास्ट पेस्ड फॉर्मेट. और उस हिसाब से आपको कभी कभी आपको फेलियर्स नो ज्यादा इनफैक्ट फेस करने पड़ते हैं मोर ऑफन देन नॉट देन योर सक्सेसेस. बट सक्सेसेस भी ऐसे होते हैं कि आपके जो इम्पैक्ट आपका क्रिएट होता है ना, वो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. एंड आई थिंक साई सुदर्शन इज हेंस दैट इम्पैक्ट सब वो एक्चुअली वो इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. और उन्होंने वो फाइनल में दिखाया भी था, उन्होंने साउथ अफ्रीका में भी दिखाया था. एंड आई थिंक इट्स आई थिंक pretty much the time कि वो इस सीजन में भी हमें दिखा दो.
Okay. Zoeb, just to sum up the match a little, Gaikwad, new captain, Gill, new captain. आप टॉस जीतते हो, आप भूल जाते हो, पहले आप बॉलिंग बोलते हो, फिर आप बैटिंग करेंगे. बैटिंग बॉलिंग थोड़ा हो गया था वो बीच में शुभमन गिल से. बट व्हाट डू यू थिंक शुभमन गिल्स डिसीजन टू, सो बेसिकली a comparison between Gill and Gaikwad, and Gill's decision to and having the confidence to chase a Chepauk, do you think that backfired a little?
Not really. I think, given the kind of trend that we've been seeing in the past couple of years, teams always would want to have a scorecard in front of them. And I guess both the captains knew that this is a belter of a pitch and it's not going to change in those 40 overs, which is why I think the team had, Shubman Gill had clarity that, okay, they're going to bowl first. So it's not really about a blunder in the toss. I think it's just a matter of the CSK batting really, really well, and GT not really being up to the mark as far as their bowling is concerned.
Krishna, a brave move by Gaikwad or Dhoni. We still don't know who's calling the shots. I think Dhoni is calling the shots because everything is just on point. One of the craziest moves that they made was give Daryl Mitchell the ball that eventually Dhoni took. What do you think about that? Daryl Mitchell, 2 overs out of nowhere.
I think they knew that they couldn't, sort of play spin there as much as they probably would have liked. So the only option that they perhaps would have gone to was Pathirana was I'm sure, was due to bowl his four. Mustafizur was there, but somehow they wanted, to get a few overs from, Daryl Mitchell because I didn't see Jadeja bowling well, honestly, and I didn't see. The other spinners also coming into play. So yeah, definitely, I think it was a great move, and then of course, it led to that great catch by Tala. So yeah, it was I think a great move by. In fact, Deepak Chahar also bowled really well during the power play. So that knuckle ball to Gill and how he actually got him out LBW was actually a great move.
Great. So one last question. Tushar Deshpande, a boy from Bombay. Okay, another young talent, 28 years old now, but someone who's very new to the circuit. What do you think? 4 overs, 21, 2 wickets, 5.25 economy.
There's only one person in the whole team that we are scared about, and Krishna and I we've been talking about it since past. I think जब से वो आया है एक बंदा है जिससे हमें डर लगता है वो है तुषार देशपांडे. जब भी वो आता है हमें लगता है भाई यार हमें लगता है कि वो रन्स लीक कर देगा क्योंकि उसका इकोनॉमी रेट इतना अच्छा नहीं है राइट. और मैं सच बता रहा हूँ वो कोई और टीम में होता ना तो उसको वो प्लेइंग 11 में नहीं होता. इट इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ MS धोनी. जैसे MS धोनी ने ट्रस्ट किया था जोगिंदर शर्मा को 2007 में. अगर MS धोनी नहीं होता तो जोगिंदर शर्मा वो लास्ट ओवर नहीं डालता, शायद कोई और डालता. सिमिलरली इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ MS ही इज स्टिल अराउंड बट आई थिंक ही इज लर्निंग. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो हर मैच में पिटता है. जैसे इस मैच में आई थिंक हिज इकोनॉमी रेट वाज लेस देन 6. ही आल्सो टुक अ कपल ऑफ विकेट्स. सो आई थिंक ही इज लर्निंग बट he still has a lot to improve. It's not just always about hit the deck hard. There are certain changes, there are certain variations that he needs. You'll hardly see him bowling slow balls, or you'll hardly see him, bowling bouncers. Something that the other bowlers are doing really well. Like for example, Krishna spoke about Chahar. Chahar used the two bouncers rule really, really well. That's what most bowlers need to do in this IPL, right? So yeah, looking forward for him to improve in the next few matches.
तुषार देशपांडे का मुझे लगता है उसका डिमीनर देख के ऐसा लगता है कि उसको इल्म है इस चीज का कि इसके लिए खेल रहा है.
उसको मार पड़ेगी
नहीं है उसको ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं मार. उसको देख के ऐसा लगता है कि मार पड़ेगी. बट आई थिंक he's been a wicket taking bowler. मतलब even last season he took a lot of wickets. He took a lot of wickets and as Zohaib rightly mentioned, वो probably शायद किसी और टीम में होता तो इतना impact नहीं create करता with at least wickets. रन्स तो वो लीग कर ही रहा है बट उतना आई थिंक विद विकेट्स वो उतना ज्यादा इंपैक्ट क्रिएट नहीं करता. बट हाँ चलो
मैं ट्रस्ट रखा है यार कृष्णा. But discussing today, Dwanil, that why is अपना शार्दुल ठाकुर not playing in place of Tushar Deshpande? We were discussing that today, right? But I told him, you know what? Trust the new skipper for a change. Not we've always used to say trust Dhoni, but for a change we said that trust the new skipper. I'm sure they've got plans.
Great. Since we're talking about skipper fast bowling, tomorrow we meet the silencer, the man in yellow. But unfortunately, a few months ago, that man in yellow wasn't a very happy sign for us. Mumbai Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Mumbai Indians at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. What do you guys reckon, Zoeb?
यार देखो दोनों टीम्स अपना पहला मैच हारी है. दोनों टीम्स ठीक है. और दोनों टीम्स ऐसा हारी है कि मतलब उनको मैच जीतना ही था कंफर्म. आई थिंक मुंबई व्हेन दे लॉस्ट आई थिंक कोलकाता राइट वाज इट 7 runs to win off 5 balls.
Correct.
Kolkata 7 runs to win off 5 balls when Harshit Rana gave that send off, Virat Kohli like send off to the batsman. And I think Mumbai also for that matter I think they yeah, I don't remember the name of the batsman, but यार मुंबई को भी 6 ओवर में कुछ 50 45 46 रन्स चाहिए थे. It was an easy victory for both the teams. बट नहीं क्लोज कर पाए. तो अभी ये एक डेस्परेट सिचुएशन है दोनों टीम्स के लिए कि ये मैच तो अभी जीतना ही है.
तो कौन जीतेगा? या वन वर्ड आंसर, कौन जीतेगा?
देखो यार, आई थिंक ध्वनिल तूने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था. यू वांट मुंबई टू विन रोहित शर्मा और यू वांट मुंबई टू लूज बिकॉज ऑफ हार्दिक पांड्या. यार मुझे है ना, मतलब आई आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू से, बट मैं कल रात को यही मेरे मतलब सोने के पहले मैं यही सोच रहा था कि यार हार्दिक पांड्या को इतना मत गिरा दो कि वो उसका
हाँ
वर्ल्ड कप में परफॉर्मेंस गिर जाए यार.
हाँ.
स्टिल अ वेरी क्रूशियल member of that playing 11 in the World Cup squad. You cannot replace हार्दिक पांड्या. तो उसका मोराल इतना भी मत गिरा दो कि यार वो बंदे का मोराल इतना डाउन हो जाए कि वो खेल ही ना पाए. ठीक है, एक दो
किसी ने
मैच चलेगा, बट इससे ज्यादा नहीं.
इसने ये लिख दिया कि अहमदाबाद तो जाकी है, वानखेड़े अभी बाकी है. But since you've taken it up, Krishna, Hardik Pandya a bit too much of trolling. I think is in the end a part of the
भाई
Indian team.
टू
That's
मच
what
ऑफ
Sehwag
ट्रोल तो
was.
ठीक है, बट आई थिंक कल कल जो दोनों कैप्टन खेल रहे हैं इंडिया में नेसेसरीली कोई उनको पसंद नहीं कर रहा है. तो दोनों दोनों कैप्टन कोई पसंद नहीं कर रहा है. सो मैं अभी रिसेंटली एक रील देख रहा था ऑफ पैट कमिंस, जब वो एड्रेस कर रहा था टू द आई मीन ही वाज
Media,
एड्रेसिंग द
yeah.
फैंस. तो वहां पे लोग चिल्ला रहे हैं कि साइलेंस साइलेंस साइलेंस, मतलब अब कर साइलेंस. एंड हार्दिक पांड्या को तो मतलब द ट्रोल इज देयर ऑन द इंटरनेट टू बी सीन. एंड आई थिंक द बिगेस्ट chunk of troll has actually coming from the Ambani family or from the Ambani organization itself. Jio Cinema पे बार बार यही दिखा रहे हैं कि हार्दिक ने रोहित को वहां भेजा, रोहित को यहाँ भेजा, रोहित ने
Correct.
इससे उससे बात करी, उससे इससे बात की. मुझे समझ में नहीं आता अंबानी ने एक्चुअली उस कैमरामैन को ध्यान से रिक्रूट किया था कि नहीं किया था, क्योंकि अंबानी के चैनल पे अंबानी की ही टीम की बर्बादी आराम से दिखाई जा रही है. सो फॉर सम रीजन आई थिंक क्या कहते हैं जियो सिनेमा भी इसमें काफी ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व है उस ट्रोल में, क्योंकि वो लोग मटेरियल दे रहे हैं उन लोगों को यार. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, यस आई कंप्लीटली एग्री विद जोएब कि हाँ उसको इतना मत गिरा दो, क्योंकि उसको एक्चुअली वर्ल्ड कप खेलना है. कहने के लिए तो मतलब अभी वो मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए कैप्टन है, बट ठीक है, मतलब ही इज आल्सो द वाइस कैप्टन ऑफ द इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम यार. सो इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट दैट somehow at least by the end of the IPL this entire thing just reduces the troll, because by that time I think everyone will actually get used to the fact कि हाँ हार्दिक is the captain. तो ठीक है, थोड़ा सा हमें कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा, बट आई थिंक ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ये भी फेड अवे हो जाएगा.
Okay.
Dhanil, just one point before you wrap up. I know that we are running out of time. Two players that I'm very excited to look
I
forward
was
to:
just going to ask you that.
Devil Brewis from Mumbai Indians and
Yes.
Henrik Klaasen from Hyderabad. Klaasen is it looks like he's batting on another planet. Absolutely brilliant. But Brewis, I think he's got the ability to hit all around the park.
Yeah.
They call him Baby AB, right?
Maybe,
ऐसे ही नहीं
maybe.
बुलाते उसको. वो मारता है बंदा. Yes, I'm
Oh
very
yeah,
excited
okay.
to look forward to these two playing. These two players playing.
I had the same question. अगर जोएब इंटरप्ट नहीं करता तो कृष्णा, what do you think? Two,
Yeah,
three
I
players
want
you
to
really
see
want to see.
Jasprit Bumrah bowling the first over. I can't
Oh yeah.
have anybody else
Oh
bowling
my
the
God.
first over. I want Jasprit Bumrah to at least bowl
भाई
the first over. That's all I'm looking
पीटरसन
forward to.
परेशान हो गया था. पीटरसन was really upset. वो बार बार यही कह रहा था कि you've got the best bowler in the world right now and he doesn't bowl in the first 3 overs.
वो वाला वीडियो नहीं देखा जिसमें वो रोहित को बोलता है, रोहित भाई डीआरएस, मैं क्या करूं, उसको पूछ, मैं क्या बोलूं इसमें अभी. उसको पूछ यार. But yeah, any player that you want to look for apart from a Bumrah first over?
I would expect a little bit of performance from Tilak Verma. I think it's been time, since we've heard from or heard about Tilak Verma or his impact in the game, at least from Mumbai's point of view. And from the SRH point of view, I think it'll be great if the franchise can actually get a little bit of return on investment of the 20.5 crores that they've spent on Pat Cummins. So yeah, hopefully looking for these two performances.
मेरे को रिटर्न ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को बस रोहित शर्मा पैट कमिंस को 6 बॉल में 6 छक्का मार दे, बस. वो इतना चाहिए बस. पैट कमिंस पिट जाए बस, और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. But anyways, great. We will see you again tomorrow with the winner, probably Mumbai Indians or SRH. Till that time, congratulations, Krishna. Congratulations, Zoeb. You won yet another match at the Chepauk. And I also feel that this IPL is Thala's IPL for a reason.
You voted for
Great.
GT today, by the way.
What? Sorry?
You voted for GT today.
Okay. Bye, Zoeb. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Great. Bye.
Bye. Ta-da.